Welcome to Safe Money Retirement Radio with your host, Tim Wood. Tim is a certified financial fiduciary and a no-market risk retirement and income specialist, and the owner of SafeMoneyRetirement.com, primarily serving Western North Carolina, East Tennessee, and Southwest Virginia. But he's sought after nationally for his expertise in helping people secure their retirements. Mr. Wood is a licensed life insurance professional in multiple states and specializes in working with people who are near retirement and those who have already retired with wealth management, income planning, and asset protection strategies. And now, here to talk with you about no market risk retirement planning, your host, Tim Wood.
Welcome to Safe Money Retirement Radio. I'm Tim Wood, an asset and retirement protection specialist. In this program, my message differs from what you usually hear on financial planning shows, mainly because our concepts differ. Our emphasis is on the preservation of your principal, participation in credited interest linked to an external market index, and a lifetime of income you cannot outlive. Our planning prepares you for a retirement you can count on. You see, when you suffer a loss in the market, even a slight loss, you actually have two problems. First, the actual loss requires a percentage gain greater than your percentage loss just to break even. For example, if you have $100,000 and you experience a 30% loss, well, now you're down to $70,000, obviously. Easy math, right? Well, a lot of people think, well, I just need a 30% gain to get back to where I was. But let's do the math on that real quick. What's a 30% gain on $70,000? Some of you math whizzes have it already. You actually need a 42% gain to get back to even. So if you have a 30% loss, it's a 42% gain to get back to even. If you have a 50% loss, it's a 100% gain to get back to even. Now, the second problem is the time it takes to make back that loss, whether you can even make it back at all. I call this the time horizon. Y'all have heard me talk about it. A third problem is even more devastating. What if you're pulling money from your retirement funds while they're taking losses? For those of you that have read my book, this is what happened to my dad. Taking RMDs or other funds out of your retirement to live off of can make it almost impossible to regain what you lost if the market goes down. Your money cannot be working for you if you're losing. That money could be gone forever, destroying your opportunity for compounding for two reasons. First, if you lose the basis of your original investment, you've lost the main ingredient for compounding that worked for you up until it was lost in a market downturn. In addition, you lost time that is now needed to replace what you originally had. Without time, there can be no compounding, which can have a crippling effect on your overall retirement plan. Any financial professional will tell you that losses to your portfolio could severely limit your lifetime income and possibly cause you to run out of money decades sooner than projected. Our risk-avoiding strategies help to prevent that tragedy from happening. Our strategies move your compounded growth forward while avoiding the steps backward. Sound good? It may sound too good to be true, but it's not. And a small amount of your time can prove it. It's time to give me a call. My number is 844-905-SAFE. That's 844-905-7233. Give me a call now and I will send you a complimentary copy of my #1 best-selling book, Safe Money Retirement, Your Game Plan for Success. I will also send you our Safe Money Kit. It's a comprehensive guide to what we call autopilot investing. Call 844-905-SAFE. That's 844-905-7233. Autopilot retirement planning is critical to success because you never know when the market will crash. Are we about to sink lower? I don't know. You don't know. And I promise you, your broker doesn't know either. Of course, a bear market could last for years. Can you afford to wait several years or more after that to break even? And that's even if you ever can get back to even. I have clients myself from back in 08 and 09 that still haven't gotten back to where they are. When we look at losing money in the market, it's more than just the value of the funds lost. Like I said earlier, there's also that element of time, and no one can place a value on that. The older we get, the more valuable that time is, simply because we don't have the same amount of time we had left to live. That's what we address in our risk reduction strategies, and here's how we manage it. If you can never take significant steps backward, you won't have to spend time trying to step forward to get back just to where you were. You may have some losses you'd like to recover from. How about the option of a guaranteed bonus of your money of up to 10% or in some cases even more? How about a guarantee of your income account value growing at 7% for up to 10 years for the purpose of receiving guaranteed lifetime income? How about the guarantee that your principal and potential credited interest based upon the performance of an external index that is protected and that the impact from market losses is limited? Would you like to consider a type of contract that can deliver these benefits? If you'd like to see if this is a deal worth considering, call for a complimentary copy of my book, Safe Money Retirement, Your Game Plan for Success, at 844-905-SAFE. That's 844-905-7233. There's no obligation. Warren Buffett, one of the wealthiest men in America, says there are 2 rules that every investor should live by. The first rule is never lose your money. The second rule is always to remember the first rule. Losses are avoided in our retirement preservation strategies. It's important to remember that making money on your retirement savings during the critical years of retirement should not involve trying to make up for losses to get back to where you started. Well, I'm about out of time, and I would like to thank you for listening to Safe Money Retirement Radio. If you're serious about your financial future, give me a call, and together we'll get your retirement savings on the fast track to accumulate while reducing exposure to market risk. Thanks for listening, and until next time at the same time, I'm Tim Wood, reminding you to stay safe so you can step into a secure future.
You've been listening to Safe Money Retirement Radio with your host, Tim Wood. Find out how to guarantee that your hard-earned money is safe with locked-in returns that will never go down due to market risk, so you can have the future that you deserve. Call Tim Wood now for your free copy of his #1 best-selling book, Safe Money Retirement, Your Game Plan for Success, along with the free Safe Money Retirement Information Kit at 844-905-SAFE. That's 844-905-7233. Or visit him online for more details at safemoneyretirement.com. The preceding information does not represent tax, legal, or investment advice. Surrender charges apply to base contracts. Optional lifetime income benefit riders are used to calculate lifetime payments only and are not available for cash surrender or in a death benefit unless specified in the annuity contract. Fees may apply. Guarantees are based on the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the insurance company. No information presented today should be acted upon without meeting with a qualified and licensed professional. Obviously, by calling us now, you are just taking the first step towards protecting your retirement. It's important that you read all insurance contract disclosures carefully before making a purchase decision. Rates and returns mentioned on this program are subject to change without notice.
Money makes the world go around. She's around. The world go around. She's around the back of my head.
You're listening to Safe Money Retirement Radio.
Money, 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 money.
Business owners, some of you have worked 20 and even 30 years to build your business. You're ready to sell this asset and go into retirement. You don't want to risk or lose any of your hard-earned money. Property owners, have you just sold your property and need to turn that money into lifetime income? How about 401k participants? Have you recently changed jobs or reached age 59 and a half and have a retirement account you don't want to see exposed to market loss? If you have money you're counting on for retirement, we can ensure you sleep at night with our income and wealth preservation planning. Don't gamble your life's work away if you are nearing or in retirement. Take some chips off the table and do something to take the stress out of retirement. Call 844-905-SAFE. That's 844-905-7233.
There is nothing quite as wonderful as money.
Safe money.
There is nothing quite as beautiful as cash.
Retirement Radio.
We've got to have money.